Everyone loves sleep, but sometimes you get problems with your sleep, and they really suck, and you have problems. One of those is called sleep apnea. It's when you're sleeping like normal, and then stuff gets messed up in your throat, and then you can't breathe, so you wake up. Okay, if you want a definition, it's a disorder that's characterized by a reduction or pause of breathing or airflow during sleep. It is common among adults, but rare among children. So it's practically like it's just hard to breathe. There's two different types. There is central sleep apnea, which is CSA, and there's obstructive sleep apnea. Never mind, I lied. There's a third one. It's called mixed sleep apnea. It's just the two put together. Okay, obstructive sleep apnea. Uh, there's this thing that explains it, except if you really want to know. It's pretty much just like this is how you normally breathe, and that's what happens after. Pretty much the stuff in your throat falls, and then you can't breathe because you're choking. But how does that happen? Okay, there's a lot of information here, but it's practically um, you're breathing like normally, which is like through your mouth, nose, down your esophagus, down to your lungs, practically. Anywhere between your lungs and your mouth, things kind of get messed up sometimes, and it can be different places, different stuff that says here, and you practically can't breathe. Actually, if you want to get more detail, it's more like your body's trying to breathe harder, so it tries to breathe harder, and you breathe like heavier, and then tissue in your throat actually collapses, and when enough of this collapses, you can't breathe anymore. Central sleep apnea is to do with your brain. It's it's pretty much like your brain normally monitors everything that's pretty much happening in your body. And sometimes when it thinks, oh look, there's lots of carbon dioxide in your blood, it'll speed up breathing because carbon dioxide, you breathe out carbon dioxide, so then you'll make it so there's less. But there's actually people that have a lot of carbon dioxide in their blood at all times, which is when you have like heart or lung disease. But pretty much, your body is like, oh look, I'm good now. I don't have to breathe anymore. I'm good at breathing. I'm good with the level of oxygen. So they stop breathing. Which is stupid. And then you're like, wait, too much carbon dioxide. You start breathing again. And then you're like, oh god, enough. You stop. Then you're like, oh, you start again. You stop breathing, and you start breathing, and you stop breathing. This killing keeps happening. Well, eventually you'll wake up, and then because you'll be sleeping at this point. Okay, the cause of central sleep apnea is when you have a heart disease or it can be cardiovascular or whatever that word is, disease. Different kind of diseases that have stuff to do with having high carbon dioxide in your blood at all times. It's pretty much a heart problem. If you take care of your body and exercise and eat healthy, then you won't develop or for the most part, you won't develop the heart problems and all those things. So, if you don't have those, you're not going to get sleep apnea, or at least that'd be crazy if you did, or apnea. So you don't really have to worry about it then. But yeah, do kind of be careful either way, because keeping a healthy diet is always good. And obstructive sleep apnea apnea, I keep saying that word wrong, is caused by the narrowation of at any point between like your mouth and your stuff. So pretty much if you eat healthy and stuff, you're probably not going to have any problems with that because that's caused by like different buildups of things. Okay, treatment. You can get non-surgery, which is pretty cool because you don't have to get surgery, and it's pretty much you change your behaviors. It's the same thing as if you are you suffer from snoring. You snore a lot. It's practically the same thing. But changing your stuff you do normally, dental things, CPAP. It's pretty much breathing mask that's put on your face, and it keeps pressure going through your whole airway, and it makes it so the tissue doesn't fall down. And also medication. Medication always works. And that's what machine that a lot of people use that actually. Most people who suffer from it. You can also get surgery. There's lots of surgeries. No one really likes surgery. But I suppose when you come to a last resort, it's not really be like, oh, you have sleep apnea, we're gonna give you a surgery. It's like, if you really, really are annoyed by it, or not really annoyed by it, but if it's causing a big problem, you get surgery. Okay, so think about this. Think about this. I'm too lazy to read them right now, but there's that many percent of people with other diseases that have sleep apnea. So it's like, it's not really something you just get sleep apnea, it's, you get it from having some other disease. Which all of these diseases are related to being unhealthy. So if you eat right, you'll be fine. Here's a chart. It just shows the percentage of people with the disease that have sleep apnea as well. Some cool thing I learned is just about children. And people think that it's this crazy thing at the bottom, and I have no idea what it is. Or, I do know what it is. But people, it can get confused with that, which I found was crazy, so I looked it up. And it's pretty much just people die, or children die, and there's no reason. Yeah, I have no idea. Anyways, well, that's sleep apnea. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.